Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors at Trillium. Came across a pithy little saying on a sign recently. Let your smile change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. There's a spiritual truth of that. I really like it. There's only one problem with this pithy little saying. It doesn't tell you how to do it. I mean, how do you allow your smile to change the world without allowing the toughness and meanness of life, the world, to touch you, to change your disposition? As I say, a one-line pithy saying isn't going to really give you guidance on that. It doesn't help me understand how to do it. And there's the challenge, because the meat of the question is how. That's the $64,000 question. I had the same experience reading something recently of what I call the cup parable. You may have come across it. You know, you have a mug of coffee, a cup of coffee, and someone bumps you and it spills all out. And the question is, why did the coffee spill out? Answer, because someone bumped you. But the deeper answer is because it was coffee in your cup. If it had been tea, tea would have spilled out. If it had been water, water would have spilled out. We're going to get bumped around in life, and the only question is, what's in our cup? At the end of the cup parable, it says this: life provides the cup, you choose how to fill it. Today, let's work towards filling our cup with gratitude, forgiveness, joy, words of affirmation, and kindness and gentleness and love for others. And I'm thinking, that's great. I'm in. I think most people would be in. Most people listening to this video would agree with this. The only question is, how do you do it? How do you do it? The parable says you get to choose how to fill it, but I'm not so sure that's the case. I think actually the cup gets filled as an effect of other spiritual processes that are at work in us. They're the effect of what's gone on before. I mean, think of an apple tree. The tree digs down deep into the soil with its roots, pulls up the nutrients. The tree's trunk gets thicker and develops and stands proud and tall. The branches go outwards. The leaves soak up the light and power the tree's processes. Little blossoms take hold on the tree, and they ultimately develop into the apple, the fruit, the end process. You can see that the apple comes out of a whole set of processes. It's not something that just arises on its own. And I think those qualities like gratitude, forgiveness, joy, kindness, gentleness, and love are the fruit of processes. And Paul talks about this in one of his letters. He has words almost identical with the cup parable, and he calls them fruits of the Spirit. They're the effect of a spiritual life. You know, and if we want to have good things in our cup, then we need to pay attention to the spiritual processes that are at work in us. You know, the early church in the book of Acts is under a lot of pressure. They're getting strained and stressed. They're getting bumped and knocked around a lot in life, and their cup spills outwards. And they're managing in those places, hard places, to spill out love and compassion, kindness, gentleness, forgiveness. You know, a basic goodness. What was their secret? What's the secret of their success? And I think it's very simple. The Christ is being multiplied in them. The Christ is waking up inside of them. Their God identity is taking hold within the community. Love, that perfect love of heaven, is becoming a natural part of their existence. It's that perfect love of heaven that's filling up in their cup. How do they do it? Well, you have to read the book of Acts in more detail to understand it, but in simple terms, they've invited the power of the Holy Spirit to come within them and transform their perception, change their whole point of view in life. And it affects what comes in the cup. And I'm thinking to myself, those hard places, like where we get knocked around and things spill out of us, they're actually moments of blessing, because we get a chance to see what's really happening in our life, what's happening in the spiritual processes of our life. And I'm thinking to myself, if good things are coming out for me, that's just as a sign that the Christ is truly taking hold within me. The Christ is multiplying within me. And if some effects come out, if my cup spills out things I don't like, it just tells me in really simple terms that the spiritual processes have not gone deep enough to bring about the effect that I would like to see.